Hello, my name is Ben Lovegrove, and in this video I'm going to suggest why UFO sightings have increased in recent decades. I will describe why some, but by no means all, of the UFO sightings may have been caused by drones and other forms of UAV, unmanned aerial vehicles. Towards the end of this video, I will mention some of the more startling possible causes for UFO sightings. So keep watching until the end, as you may be inspired to look at the skies with a fresh sense of awe and wonder. Post a comment below this video explaining your views and any references you have to support your opinion. So let's get started. Military drones have been flying in our skies for many decades. Quadcopters and other forms of civilian drones have been available for several years. Added to this aerial activity, there has been an increase in the launching and testing of new aircraft and spacecraft. Some of these projects have been disclosed to the public, while others have been kept very secret. All this additional aerial activity increases the chance of people filing reports of UFO sightings. Some of these encounters may be due to simple misidentification by the uninformed. Take for example the launch of the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket in December 2017. The rocket was launched from the Vandenberg Air Force Base in California, north of Los Angeles. It was the 18th launch by SpaceX in 2017, so that's a lot of hardware going into orbit within 12 months. Some people who saw the glowing cloud as the rocket made its ascent filed UFO sighting reports. To placate public concern, the Los Angeles Fire Department issued a statement explaining what had caused the mysterious light in the sky. Passengers aboard airliners also witnessed the brilliant display in the night sky. Who can blame those who, just for a moment, imagined they were witnessing something caused by the activities of non-human intelligences? Civilian drones have also been the cause of UFO sightings. The most vivid of these reports have been caused by drones flying in formation. With LED lights and intelligent control, a formation of drones in the night sky can have an eerie effect. Some mischievous drone pilots have colluded for no other reason than to fool people into thinking they're witnessing a flying saucer flyby. Other occurrences have been the unintended consequences of a display seen from a distance by those not aware that the event was planned and taking place. One UFO sighting in 2017 turned out to be due to the nighttime aerobatic display by a glider with fireworks attached to its wings. Seen from a distance and at a certain angle, this display appeared as a spiraling light just above the horizon. For decades, many UFO sightings have been explained away as natural astronomical phenomena and the mistaken identification of aircraft and other aerial vehicles. Added to this mix, we now have a proliferation of civilian-operated drones and commercial spacecraft. We also have to consider the fact that many secret military projects, undisclosed to the taxpayers who fund them, account for some of the sightings. In the early 1980s, if you'd been the first civilian to catch a glimpse of the Lockheed F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter, you could be forgiven for thinking it was of extraterrestrial origin. The same could be said of the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. Even though it is now 3 decades old, it still looks like something from outer space. The F-117 Nighthawk and the B-2 Spirit aircraft were once top-secret projects that are now public knowledge. It is logical to assume that there may be current top-secret projects testing more advanced technology. For example, Project SR-91 Aurora, which was first mentioned in the early 1990s. Over the years, there have been reports of unusual sonic booms heard over the deserts of California. The donuts on a rope contrail supposedly created by Aurora was once caught on camera. The official response is that it is a myth and has never existed. Committed investigators remain unconvinced. After all, the best way to keep a secret is not to disclose anything. Then there are semi-secret projects like the US Air Force unmanned reusable spacecraft, the X-37B. We know it exists, and we know it has a payload bay. But other than that, we don't know what it's delivering into orbit. Finally, there are the extraterrestrials themselves. Arthur C. Clarke, the renowned British science fiction writer, is famous for many things. As well as sparking the imagination of millions with his sci-fi books, he was a science writer, futurist, and inventor. Search YouTube and you can watch an interview with him filmed in 1974 in which he predicts the emergence of the Internet. Here are two of his most well-known quotes. "Two possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe or we are not. Both are equally terrifying. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." Referring to that last quote, imagine demonstrating your smartphone to a group of people in the 16th century. You would probably be condemned as a witch. The mathematical probability that other intelligent life exists in the universe is high. But ask 10 different astrophysicists if we're being visited by aliens and you'll get 10 different skeptical answers. Aviation on Earth is a little over a century old. It's in its infancy, despite all the advances in that time. Spaceflight is even younger. Barely 6 decades have passed since the Soviet Union launched the first satellite, Sputnik 1. It's only 50 years since man first walked on the moon, and it will be some time before humans visit Mars. Imagine instead an advanced civilization that has emerged on one of the exoplanets we've heard so much about lately. Imagine that it has long since renounced warfare on its home planet. Instead, these beings have harnessed all the available mines and resources for space exploration. They have discovered how to gain access to infinite reserves of free energy in the fabric of space. For thousands of years, this civilization's technology is developed, and it now understands how to warp space and time. The limitation of the speed of light is no longer a barrier to traveling the vast distances across and between galaxies. The intergalactic travelers find our Earth and are both amazed at its beauty and alarmed by the way we humans continue to wage wars, pollute our home planet, and test nuclear weapons. In an attempt to prevent catastrophe, they try to warn us of our folly without alarming the general population. So they try to remain discreet, appearing and disappearing in our skies. Their craft fly in inexplicable ways. They fly maneuvers that would be impossible in any known type of aircraft. Could this account for some of the UFO sightings of recent times? Does this sound implausible to you? What if dozens of witnesses came forward to testify that this and many other weird and wonderful things were true? Take a look at SeriousDisclosure.com and decide for yourself. Watch and listen as these witnesses, trained and experienced in their respective disciplines, recount their stories. Do they seem serious and genuine? In the end, you'll have to decide which of the two possibilities are correct. Either we are alone in the universe, or we are not. What's your answer, and why do you hold that view?